All across America, hospitals are overwhelmed with the coronavirus. Today, I'm speaking with someone with firsthand knowledge who just tested positive for the coronavirus. He's also battling cancer. Mike, thank you so much for being with us today. When did you first start to feel sick, and what were the initial symptoms that you had?
My initial symptoms were my ears started to hurt, and then my throat felt like it was on fire. Um, started start getting the temperature started to rise bad. All my bones were aching, vomiting. But understand I have a cancer too, so it was bad. I'm not going to sit there and make it look like it was a walk in the park, but you can get over it. And believe me, I'm in really good shape for where I'm at right now. And if I can recover from it, then people have a really good chance. It's not a death sentence. That's one of the things that I think is uh, one of the misconceptions about this. It's bad. Believe me, it is bad. But I knew it wasn't going to, you know, take me out or anything like that. But that's where I was at.
When did you decide to that it was time to get tested? Was it when you started feeling the fever,
The breathing.
the breathing, shortness of
Yeah.
breath?
I thought that, because look, my son, no one's allowed, but my son at his work, they all got the flu. He was worried that he had it at first, and so he went and got tested, and he was just the flu. So that's out there. So it was one of the things I thought, well, maybe, my granddaughter, maybe I got the flu because that's all he had. He got tested and he had the flu. But no, then it got worse. The fever, and then the hard breathing. Once I hit the hard breathing, I knew if there was enough information out there that said I had to get checked.
As a patient, how do you feel about your treatment?
Well, I got to tell you, I got really good care. Doctors that did everything are the best. They are a courageous bunch of people out there right now. I got to tell you. I mean, you're talking about running into a burning building. That's how brave they are.
Hmm.
That's what they're running into a burning building and risking their lives to help people.
What is your treatment plan? What's the treatment like? Could you go into that a little bit?
Right now, I'm down to just with the aspirin, but I do take a lot of other medications which offset a lot. One of them is morphine, so it does offset a lot of the pain. But right now, I'm down to aspirin. So for the headache, because there's a headache I can't describe to you unless you get it, because you just don't know it until you've experienced it.
How is your community dealing with the COVID-19 virus?
My community is locked down tight. There's they closed down two of the stores. The only thing that's actually open around here is the Walmart and the gas station. Any of the other stores, they all closed.
Recently in the news, there was talks that there were spring breakers going out and still partying, and they weren't
You know,
taking the quarantine seriously. What do you think about that?
let me say this: we got a chance to actually knock this thing out the park. The more people go out, the more people make contact, the longer this thing drags on. It's just if everybody can separate and follow what they're asking us to do, we got a chance of knocking this out a whole lot quicker, a whole lot faster, that knock that curve down. So just right now, believe me, you don't want anyone to have this. You don't. It is awful. And we have a chance right now to actually win. And it's just a matter of separation right now. Let this thing be gone.
Do you agree with are you critical about Trump's response to this? Because I know that the media has been criticizing President Trump lately. Do you feel that the last administration, the previous administration, had any responsibility as far as preparation or anything like that for a nationwide epidemic or pandemic?
Exactly. This is exactly what we got to say, and I think it's really important that people understand this. That, and I'm going to call what our fake news isn't telling people is that we had the H1N1 in 2009. So it was jumping state to state. At that point, we were incapable of handling a pandemic. That we just weren't set up for it, and they didn't do anything. They had 11 years to perfect it, and instead they dumped it all on him. And he's trying to keep the economy alive. He's trying to fight for everybody. But he had nothing to work with because Joe never told Congress 11 years ago that if we got hit with a pandemic, we're going to have this problem that we're facing right now. These shortages, we're paying 3, 4, 5, some cases 10 times what we would have paid if we did it over the 11-year span. The cost that it's at now, $2 trillion, could have been completely avoided if they did what they were supposed to do back in 2009. And Joe has been in office and out of office for 11 years. He had 11 years to sound the alarm, and he did nothing. And yet he puts out a tweet today saying Trump should have reacted back in February to get these ventilators. Wait a minute, you have 11 years to notify somebody, and you're going to get on him because he didn't do what you wanted him to do back in February when he was trying to keep our economy from collapsing? He had 11 years. Think about that. How many people are dying right now because we don't have the equipment? How many nurses and doctors are risking their lives, and we could have had it all? It could have all been here if he just did what they took an oath to do, was to protect and defend. We would have had every last piece of equipment we needed. No doctors would be reusing masks. Nobody would be out. They'd have more ventilator respirators. They would have everything we needed. The laws, how people were going to be paid, what was going to happen with businesses in the event that this happened. What was all these contingency plans? They had 11 years to do it, and they did nothing. Now they blame President Trump.
What is your advice going forward to anyone who might be testing positive for coronavirus or just dealing with it in their communities and
Well,
especially some of the hardest hit places in America? What's your advice to them?
All right, so separation one. Don't touch your face two. Those are about the most important things. But just don't touch your face. If you can accomplish that, we will cut this virus down tremendously. It's just people end up touching somebody and then touching their face. So that's number one. That's how we catch a cold. That's how we catch anything. That has to change. Vitamin C, and if you're not on it now, I would suggest that you get on it until we get past this. It's definitely great for your body, and right now you need everything you can, but it makes you feel a whole lot better if you do have it. Take vitamin C; it helps. It really does.
Thank you so much, Mike, for taking the time to talk with me today. I really appreciate it. I know that the audience is going to appreciate it, and we're praying for you that you have a really fast recovery. Thanks so much.
Hey, thank you.